Hey, today is August 19th, 2023. In my teaching career, more than 15 years already. And I'm very lucky to have Jeannie as my students. And he's her wonderful brother. And he worked with me since she was 7th grader or even earlier. I almost forgot. Okay, Jeannie gave me the pleasure of talking with my students during the summer camp in Houston. Now, I don't know where she is. She's going to getting ready for her new semester in the University of Pennsylvania. And I'm very pleasure. It's my pleasure. And to the benefit of my students, that Jeannie gave my middle school students, high school students, and especially high school students who are applying for college advice. Now, the floor is yours. So Jeannie, you are going to give us a very short speech, okay, about your college life, your high school life, what advice you are going to give my students, and then Rena and my other students are going to ask you tough questions. You have to answer them. Now, the floor is yours, Jenny.
Okay. Hi, my name is Jenny. I'm a rising sophomore at Penn, and I'm going back in like next week. I don't know, so far it's been pretty good. I'm majoring in computational biology, but also minoring in design. Um, I don't really know what you want me talking about. Like,
Okay, I wanted you go back to your high school. What thing you did right? What thing you did right? What things you think you should concentrate more to make your college application easier, more successful? What things you did right? What things you hope you put more effort? Okay, go ahead.
I think that my focus was art, or like I remember for the Penn essay I wrote about art and science. So I would pick like something that you focus on, or like one point in which you like focus on more rather than spreading yourself out too thin, like among different activities, because I also did like orchestra, piano and violin, and like Model UN. But like I feel like if I just like maybe joined less of the different clubs and
Yes.
just focused on like more into the intersection between art and science, or like specifically just art or science, my application would have been better. So yeah, I would focus on like one main point that you like you can write your essays about, or like make them remember you, for this one main like focus, I guess. But it's also good to have like other things. It's just like maybe don't spread yourself too thin. Yeah.
In your high school years, I remember very well, you spent tons of time in your art studio and working on your art. And Rena had similar issue, right? She's also spent a lot of time on her art. I think that helped you for Harvard application and UPenn application, right? Because I worked with you to study Harvard and UPenn. I remember because UPenn have a wonderful library and they emphasizing on art. So even though right now you want to do pre-med, I think, right? But your art application was very strong and you emphasize a lot, but you probably should spend a less time on music. Do you think your music career in high school, which you also spend a lot of time, helped you for college application? Do you think it helped you a lot in UPenn for the first year? Yes or no?
I don't think so, because like I put a lot of time into it, but at the end I wasn't like excelling in any like
Okay. Yeah,
I don't
there's
know. I wasn't a good at orchestra, but it's not like I was like first chair, or like I won a bunch of awards or something. So I would focus less on that. And I actually like stopped taking like going to piano classes in my senior year because I was like, oh, I don't have time. But yeah, I don't think that helped. But if your like focus is music, then like maybe focus on that. But mine was art, so I should have spent less time on that.
So this is for Emma and for Jason, that in high school time, you should concentrating on one or maybe at most two extracurriculum that you are very, very strong and very, passionate about, and win something. Okay, have something to show for yourself. Now, Rina have a question on this point because Rina is working with me to apply. I hope she will go to IB. Definitely, UPenn is our first choice. Go ahead.
Okay. So I was gonna ask Jenny, like, just personally, like, do you think I should like quit Elier's lessons? Because like on the last recital, I low-key just like because it was on the day of prom, so I just like ran out of there and I didn't know you're supposed to put a deposit down so you could like guarantee a spot in the next class, and then I haven't like heard from him since. Like
I mean, if you, yeah, like if you don't want to go anymore and like, are you like winning or like, are you like doing anything big in piano or are you just going to the lessons just because?
I literally only do like Gold Cup and student achievement.
I mean, I think it's fine if you quit because I mean, I quit too. I still listed like the Gold Cup stuff, but I feel like a lot of people have those, so it's not like super special or anything. But if it could be like filler on your application, like if
Where do you put the Gold Cup stuff?
hmm?
Where do you put the Gold Cup stuff? I didn't know you could put that.
Um, well, I think I like one of my activities was like piano, or I don't even remember if it was on there,
Oh.
but like I don't remember where I put it. But sometimes they have like a resume thing, and then you could just put it in there.
Oh, that's true.
If there's like extra space, you can stick it in, but I feel like it's not super significant.
Rina, Jenny's point is if you spread yourself too thin, especially in the college application resume, the line is too long. If you make it too long, you cannot concentrate on one of the 2 points that these people, their time is very limited. You need to grab their attention. Like Jenny's art, are actually very good. And we can use that material to write our essay and also research on UPenn in their website about their art performance and stuff like that, connect with their professors, right? So your contribution have to connect it with what they're doing, so to flatter them, right? So, but if you spreading yourself too thin, a lot of Asian girls do music, yes or no? Almost 100% girls use a tons of time, but can you stand out? Probably not. And leadership is actually very important. You want yourself to be unique, not one very brilliant person in a crowd, and you cannot stand out. You need to stand out. So the resource, the time, your time is your resource, more important than your money. So if Jenny said quit like music lesson, you quit. Okay, Rina, because I want you to spend more time on your essays, because Jenny wrote tons of essays. She applied, she forgot. She applied 21 universities, and each one you think about 3.5 essays, and each one she changed a lot under my pressure, right? I'm a very tough reader, and she can endure me if I give her, negative feedback. She will redo it, right? But that's time consuming. Very time consuming. So in this semester, use your time very wisely. Even if the teacher don't return your deposit, throw the money away. Your time is far more precious than your money. Okay.
No, and I didn't pay it in the first place because I like left early for prom. So
you're smart. And like you spend so much time on your swimming team, so many time, and you make the decision, you quit, you just quit. Okay.
We'll start 2 days and I already quit.
Congratulations. You put your priority right. This semester, which means 11th grader, senior years are the most precious time in your whole life, okay? Not in the future when you're looking for a job, not even in college. I think Jenny was far more relaxed last year than her high school years. So for your high school career this half a year. And I pity you guys, okay? So use your time very wisely and economically. So thank you for your feedback here, Jenny. And Rina, more question.
Do you recommend taking a bunch of APs senior year, or should I just drop some?
Beautiful
Mm,
question. Wonderful question. Because my other students here, they won't show their face, have exactly the same issue. Do you try to make up the precious time taking a bunch of APs or quit
The
them?
counselors at Mendon messed up the schedule. Now like physics, art, and gov are like messing each other up, so I have to drop one. And I think it's gonna be gov, but maybe I'll drop.
I would drop Gov. I didn't take AP Gov.
Rina, if you don't want to study law, if you don't want to study, become a politician, why you study US government? If you want to do pre-med, if you want to do science, if you want to do design and art, you want to show off how artistic you are, why do you do US
commerce.
government? It's useless information for you. It's very useful for Jason because if he wants to do law in the future, it's very important. Okay. And there's a lot of things for you to remember and essay for you to write. I prefer you use your time to write for your college application to change your versions again and again and again and again. Thank you for Jenny. You're exactly saying what I want to say, but Rina will listen to you more than she listened to me. Okay. Congratulations, Jenny. We are the perfect team.
Mm.
Wonderful question.
Oh, wait, for like if you're taking APs, I would say like take some APs just to show that you have continued like interest or like you're not completely giving up senior year because they like see what courses you sign up for.
How
But
much is
what do you
like,
huh?
how much is
How
like,
much? How much?
like,
Give a
can I-
number.
can I
2,
get a
3,
really
4.
for?
Well, I don't know. It depends on how much you like you think you can take. Because like in previous, like don't like make yourself too exhausted. Like maybe if you took too many in junior year, you could like take less. But
I did 5,
um,
like average, I guess, for like sweats at my school, anyways.
well, then you can take less than 5. How many are you taking?
I signed up for 6. I don't think that's a good idea.
I don't think you need to take 6.
Yeah, because gov is going. Bye bye.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, I would just say like you can relax a little bit, but like just don't completely give up. But also I think like the grades don't matter, or I don't remember because like you have to send a report in the middle of the year. So I think you could do well until the middle of the year and then just like relax more at the end.
I'm
I don't
giving up
remember.
at the end.
Something like that. But yeah. Yeah.
Rina, here's my 2 cents. Compare with the quality of your essay. Your grade, what Jenny said, are not that important anymore. Make sense? Because you already have an excellent grade in your wonderful high school, high-ranking high school, and the Ivy League and other wonderful university, they know it. They know the ranking of your school. They know that you already have a very high ranking in your class. But each and every essay can make you or can break you. Okay. So spend more time on your essay. Right. So definitely more, because you are not going to change your GPA much. Even you have a bunch of 4s or 5 in your AP final examination, you are not going to tremendously change your GPA. No, but I know your ranking in your school is already too high. Okay. Okay, it's already too high. So your extra curriculum and your leadership are far more important. And like Jenny, she spent a lot of time on how to package her art. And she, of course, she spent tons of time and a truckload of printings. Okay. But Jenny and Rina, you are very good on social media.
What?
And Jenny, social media for your art. You have more following, you're more popular girl than Jenny. And Jenny was too serious. She was very serious, and which is also good. because she can use her abstract printing connected what these college have. And all these Ivy League have a wonderful art collection. They want to show off their art collection. Only yesterday, I found out UPenn have a high collection of Tang Dynasty statue. I don't think Jenny even visited this area. I'm going to ask her to visit UPenn's art collection in their museum.
Oh, yeah, I should go to that. I haven't been to the Penn Museum yet.
You should, but in your college application, you did write something like that, okay? Because your cultural environment and your artistic leaning curriculum will help you for your design, for your art. Okay, so connecting multidisciplinary field between science and art is what will make you guys standing out, Rina. Okay, so that is a very good thing. Okay, so leave more time for your application and packaging. So you quit your swimming and now you quit your music and take out the AP government will give you more time to concentrate on what you're supposed to do. Spend a lot of time, or else you will regret. Okay. Go ahead, Jenny. Give her more pearls of wisdom because she needed.
Do you have any specific questions?
How far were you into essays at this point of the year last year?
Yes, how far were you? How many essays
Sorry.
you already wrote? At this time, what is August? It's August because, you know, yeah, how much time?
I was definitely behind, so I would recommend you get on that because I just remember like winter break, I was just in my room, like trying to write a bunch of essays. It was not fun. I was like miserable. So definitely do that now, because you're gonna have to make a lot of iterations of them, and then you want to send like the best version to them, and even like the schools that you're applying to earlier, like I feel like the ones with the earlier deadlines, my essays were worse, and the applications with later deadlines, it was better. So I would just say like, if you just write a lot of them now, then you can, even your early ones can have better essays. So yeah, and also work on your Common App. Yeah, you should set like a schedule for yourself. I did sort of, but I didn't also follow it that well. So yeah, definitely do it ahead of time.
And follow up on that question. How many versions you changed your essay? How many big change, if you remember, especially like Harvard or UPenn? How many times you change your narratives? How many times you edit them? Give us a number.
I feel like I don't remember for like the specific ones. I just know like for the Common App, I had like maybe like 8 version or like up to 8. I kept on making like new files and then changing them. But for Common App, it was like 8. But it was also like smaller changes, not like drastic changes, but yeah.
Rina, I was thinking 3 or 4 times for you is enough, but Jenny, of course, that was Kevin, that's his brother, worked with me 3 or 4 times, but Jenny, she herself changed 8 times, which is a very time consuming, and according to her, but I second her, it's a miserable process. It's a miserable process. So I told you do as much as possible in August because you actually have some more time in August. And your test, your midterm test is not coming yet. Your AP test, your midterm test is not coming yet. Being a conscientious student, you are going to spend time on your test. But right now, finish all the Common App and change many times. Go ahead, Rina. Go ahead.
First, we don't have midterms anymore. Second, are you saying by like each version of an essay, like completely different essays or like the same one with edits?
I mean like the same one. I made like I kept well, it's not like I changed the an essay like entirely. I just like made like minor edits each time. Probably 'cause, like, each
Just-
time I like submitted it, I would change it a little bit more.
We have all on like the same document.
No, that's fine. I just like I like making I don't know, I just like making duplicates. I don't know why. But yeah.
Did you go through all the 7 common apps, or only according to what they ask? You did 1 or 2, Jenny?
7 common apps?
Yeah, right now there are 7 common app question. Or you only did?
Oh. Wait, like 7 prompts that I could choose from?
Yes.
Oh. I don't remember which one I chose.
Yeah, I remember. I still have all the record. Okay, if Rina needed, do I have your permission to share all this information with her? It won't get
My
hurt.
essays?
Yeah.
They're like really cringy, but I mean, if you want to read them,
Yeah, just tell me whether you're going to sue me or not if I use that.
I won't sue you.
You won't sue me. Okay, I hold you. Okay, you won't sue me. So Rina, so I can use it. But she's only worried about, my essay is not good enough. Am I going to ruin Rina or my other students? No, you won't. It's their responsibility eventually. But since you promise you won't sue me, okay, you still owe me a portrait. Okay. Okay. So, but I'm going to use this video and other essays to help my other students like Emma and Jason. Okay. Okay.
I can also read if you send it over. I can help like give comments if you want.
Wow. Congratulations, Rina. Making use hold her responsible for that words, okay? Because in a very fresh eye, she can give, very good feedback.
I mean, my essays weren't that great either, but like, I feel like I got used to writing them.
They're a little weird.
That's okay.
The good thing is that every time you change your narratives, you improve yourself. Even I remember you improve your personality. Okay, you make yourself deeper. You dig into your past experience. You dig into your character, and you will find out what you want from your college experience. That's what college want. Okay, they want a students who are conscientious students who take the pain of change and each and every paragraph, and also they want to know what you want. You know what you want, that's what they want. That's why your first point is very important. You don't want a long list of achievement. How great I am. That's annoying, right? How great I am. I'm very good at everything. No, nobody very good at. If you spread yourself too thin, you have no character. Okay, you just do whatever you think college want. So your character in a very short space. That's what I want from Rina and my other students. Congratulations. Okay.
Yeah. I think also like when you're writing your essays, it makes you think about like it makes you like self-reflect. So that's why it takes a long time for me, because like it's not necessarily only about making the essay sound good. It's like the questions are like, oh, what do you want to do in the future? And I'm just like, I have no idea. So like the process behind like thinking about it and like actually like reflecting on what you want to do, I think takes a while. And that's why I would say get started earlier, because if you're like trying to cram all these different essays in one time, you're like the thoughts that come out won't be good either. Yeah.
Okay, Melody, give us some question. You can show your face or you just type in your question and I will ask Ginny. That was my homework to you, but hopefully you humored me.
I don't have any questions.
You
as
should.
of now.
You should have. Okay, now, Jason, ask her. Yeah, you were in the summer camp. You met with Jenny face to face. No, give her some more question, hard one about high school. experience or
When
college
when
experience.
writing an essay, how close to truth should I generally make the story? Should it be very close to truth, or can it be a bit different? Maybe a bit made up.
I mean, I think generally it should be true because you're writing like an essay about yourself, and I feel like they're like wanting to know you. So like if you write what's true to yourself, then that's like what should go in the essay. But like sometimes you can make it sound like maybe a little more exaggerated, but like you shouldn't tell like a complete lie or something just for the essay. I would say just like embellish what you already have, make it sound more like dramatic maybe and like a good story because that's what they're looking for. But don't like completely lie, I would say.
Jason, why she said don't give a complete lie? Because you guys didn't practice lying and people will know. For the people who read your essay, who experience so much in life, it's unfair competition. Okay, for you guys' age, if you lie, I can see it. You just lie to me, in 2 seconds, I see it. Okay, because you don't have too much experience in lying. I have, okay? But I see through so many things because most of the adults are hypocrites that you guys already know, and they lied a lot. They see through other people's lie. Okay, so if you make up a story, your voice are not going to be genuine. And we can tell whether a voice or the pace is genuine or not. Because every day they read hundreds, if not thousands of their essays. So like this afternoon in our class, we're going to talk about how your essay can make your voice very genuine. Emma, question. Yeah, it's very good opportunity to ask her as much questions as possible. Any question is a good question. Go ahead, Emma.
What volunteering stuff did you do?
Wonderful, wonderful.
You're muted.
Sorry. I did this thing where I volunteered at senior houses and we like organized performances for them like every Sunday, and it was like we organized a bunch of volunteers who are also like musicians, and then they would come and then we would sit for like organize a concert, and then that's it. Obviously during COVID, like we couldn't go in person, so I also did like a virtual performance. It was basically like an edited video, but I just had like people submit their like recordings of them performing, and then we sent them over. So yeah, I don't think you have to like copy exactly what I did. I would say like tailor it to whatever your interests are currently. Like if you were doing like pre-med or something, you could do like hospital volunteering. I also like volunteered in a hospital for one summer. I also did volunteering in like an art gallery just because I was like sort of interested. It was like the Memorial Art Gallery, so I just did like a summer volunteering there. And I don't know, just like I would say volunteer with whatever your interests align with, because that would help like boost your application more, and also you would actually enjoy it probably. Yeah.
Okay. What did you do for your second language?
I chose Spanish just because I chose it a long time ago in like 5th grade, but my reasoning was like, I don't know, if I know Spanish, Chinese, and English, then it would cover a lot of the most spoken languages. But I don't think what language you choose matters really.
No,
It's
choose
just like
Spanish. Choose Spanish. Don't choose French. Like do anything but French. Like
Why is that? What is your reason, Rina?
Spanish is so much better. Like literally, I don't know why French is like so difficult to teach in schools, but like we had the national language exams and literally like 6 of the Spanish kids got gold And out of the French kids, the highest anyone got was like literally silver, and it's because her mom was a French teacher. Like, I don't know why, but Spanish is a lot more useful. It's more practical. You'll be able to use it in the future. And like, I mean, if you wanted to take another language, sure, but like for practicality, do Spanish. Like,
Yeah.
please don't do French.
No,
Korean
I'm
is
going to ask
weird.
you guys about how about AP? Did you guys did AP Chinese or no?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
I took the test because we didn't have like a course
Oh,
in our
you don't have a course in school. Okay.
but you can take the test, and I think it's I got a 5, which I was like really surprised. So that is saying something because I'm not good at Chinese. So I
Did you
think
take
it's
it?
really what?
Did you take it like the year it was virtual?
I took it in freshman year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I would say like a lot of people get a 5. Like if you look at the curve, it's very easy to get a 5. So like you can take it, but I guess it just adds like one more AP if you want to take it. But for me, it doesn't place me out of any language requirements. Like if I get like my 5 on AP Spanish, I can place out of my language requirement in college, but if I get one in Chinese, it doesn't count. So I don't know. I guess it depends on the college, but some colleges I guess don't really care about it. Like you can just take it for the extra AP if you have it.
Oh, so if your school have AP Chinese or offer Chinese as second language, you guys would take it, yes or no?
No.
No, I mean they don't offer it, and I'm not sure I would take it. Just because like I would
Sounds
rather learn.
easy for you. Mhm.
Yeah, I'd rather learn something new.
Yeah, I would rather learn a new language, and I could practice Chinese at home if I.
Yeah. Like what they teach you in school is usually a lot of speaking and listening, which is like for every language, I feel like they always do more of that, like communication skills than writing skills. And I feel like it just doesn't help me if it's in Chinese. So it's a what if, because they don't do it.
Yeah, I still like Spanish. I mean,
Yeah.
like I would choose Spanish again, just because
would
like a lot of
go
people speak
back.
Spanish.
I'd go back in time and choose Spanish if I could.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's a wonderful feedback. That's wonderful feedback. Because in a lot of school in Houston, especially some very good school, they do offer Chinese as a second language. I advise my students to take it, the opportunity, because it takes less time. Actually, Spanish a very hard language. It's not that easy, but of course, French are even more time consuming. But if you can use the language time for another AP, especially like AP Physics, you guys want to do, oh, Jenny, for your paying college years, which AP class that is most useful to you and you didn't regret? Which AP class you actually regretted? It's useless to me. And, I used so much time, but didn't bring me any benefit. Or the class is boring. Let us know. Go ahead. High school AP. Which one you recommend? Which one you don't?
Well, it just depends on like what you're taking or what you think you're gonna major in or like studying in college.
Yes.
If I'm pre-med, I had to take physics last semester. And I think AP Physics was actually pretty useful because I found it like not that difficult. And
Right.
I did pretty well in the physics class. So I think like AP Physics was hard, but it still prepared me. I mean, honestly, like I didn't hate any of the classes. It just was like more work, but I think like they overall prepare you pretty well
Good.
for the classes in the future, but I haven't taken like that many classes in college, so I can't really say. Like I
Okay.
haven't.
Okay,
Yeah.
tell me the AP class, let's still give you a good impression and a strong impression so you can at least remember the names. No, list them. AP Physics, definitely you did.
Yeah.
What mathematics you did?
AP Calc BC.
BC, pretty hard class, AP Calc BC. How about the statistics? Did you
Oh yeah,
do,
I took stats too.
you took AP statistics? That would be very useful for you for your any career. Okay, go ahead. Any other you can remember?
I took like bio, chem, psych, studio art.
Hey, speak in the normal language, not sophisticated language. Slowly, go ahead.
Biology,
AP biology.
chemistry,
Okay, chemistry, AP chemistry.
AP studio arts.
Studio art, what's that? I never heard about it. Okay, but that's something
Just
you like.
arts.
It's art.
It's just art.
What do they do in that class? AP studio art. What's that? And
You
tell us.
just make a portfolio
Okay.
of art.
Okay, you have plenty of portfolio already, truckload of them, so it's too easy for you. Go ahead.
Oh no, I think studio art was very helpful because I took it in junior year and that's why I had a portfolio.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Mhm.
And then I took like literature, AP literature, AP language, but those are like pretty, I mean, I wouldn't say they're like super helpful, but they're just like English classes because I'm not
Mhm.
interested in English, but I don't think they were that bad either. And then there's like US history, world history. I feel like those are fine. Like I'm not going into history, but I thought they were okay.
If you study law in the future or management, definitely AP world history, AP US history can be very important, but don't take AP government because that's too much. And you took 2 AP literature and language class. That's a lot. That's a lot because you have to write a lot of stuff. AP world history and the AP US history, which one is harder for you?
I think US history was harder.
Yes.
Just because the course itself was harder. I don't know. They had like a lot of
Yes.
material.
There's a far more detail and far more analysis because US history you think is very short, so they dig very deep. So AP US history a lot harder than AP world history, which is a very superficial class. So you will have a very easy time on that. Okay, so if you do pre-med, maybe in the future you don't have to take too many, humanities stuff. Okay. Good. Any other questions, Sophia? Do you have any question you can type in and I will ask Jenny for you. Sophia, ask some question. No question? Okay. Okay, thank you for your compliment, Sophia. Rina, more question for her. Okay, because it's very good opportunity for you. Especially you are in the thick of college application. You are in the thick of college application. Her advice will be very useful for you.
For your activities list, like how would you break it down? Like out of 10 spots, how many of yours were like medicine related or at least like major related and how many weren't? Because if you remember, like approximately how the breakdown was.
Well, I applied as a major in fine arts. But
Oh, you applied as an arts major?
yeah. And I
Oh,
started as pre-med. I
and you
think like,
switched to pre-med?
I don't know.
You-
I applied as pre-med and also as a fine art major.
Oh, like majoring in arts, but like on pre-med track?
Yeah.
Oh,
Usually pre-med isn't a major. It's like a track that
yeah,
you can.
it's like a track.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my top activity was just like arts. Obviously you can change your major or what you're interested in once you actually get in. Like they don't hold you to anything because they know you're probably gonna change it eventually. I would say like, I don't know, it depends on like what activities you've done the most. Well, for me it was art, so I did that one. Like my top one was probably like my like the shop or like selling prints and stuff like that of my art portfolio. And then I don't remember what else. I just remember that was a top one. For medicine I had like some research internships, but they were just like summer internships done by the school. I think they weren't that much, but I listed them on there. What else? Yeah, I don't think I had that much research just because like I literally didn't do that much research or anything medical related, which I probably should have done more of. But that's just like that's just me. If you have it, I would definitely list it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Rina, your medical research are far more advanced than Jenny. If I can say that, okay.
Yeah, I
So
didn't
the
do
pearl
anything.
you can get from Jenny is you make yourself stand out as much as possible. All the great universities like UPenn and Harvard and Rice and the UT Austin, no, you are probably going to a lot higher than that. They all encourage you to change major. They don't hold you on anything. So that's why I was encouraging Jeannie to go to UPenn and take business class. Okay. So take business class. Okay. What
So
if
you're
she
saying
like it? And even if she don't have any major on that, these classes are going to be very useful for her in the future. So you get into the university first, okay? And use whatever bright point to get in to attract them, to make yourself attractive.
Yeah,
Okay.
but isn't it harder to like choose another, like if I chose like marketing as my major or something, which I could pick because like I can pick anything, isn't it hard if like the activities you do are like obviously aligned with something else? Because like that's like if you have like a whole list of like computer science activities and then you say you're gonna apply like history, because then doesn't it like look weird?
Yeah, I would not say don't do that. Like if you have a
Yeah.
bunch of computer science activities, just pick computer science, and if
Yeah.
you're in, you can switch if you want. But um like if you're applying to like Penn, for example, specifically, you have to like check how you can switch between the schools because like you would have to apply for the Wharton School if marketing is in the school.
Oh, that's true. No, never mind.
Wharton School
Never
probably the
mind.
hardest one in UPenn. Yes or no, Jenny?
By
I
far.
think I think it's the hardest one to get into, but I don't think the courses are the hardest. Like
Most
everyone
of the engineer people will say it's very hard to get in, but it's people who study science or engineering that work at hardest
Yeah,
because
I
they
agree.
spend a lot of time in partying and networking. But partying and networking are actually very hard work for people. Hey, can I ask a little more personal question? Because all of the students here
Mm-hmm.
are my students and they're going to be useful to them. Jenny, tell us how you overcame your shyness. And oh, I remember when you were seventh grader, you are pretty shy. You are not assertive. But the last time I was pleasantly surprised, and your mom was pleasantly surprised by your UPenn experience. You came to my classroom, you came to the conference room, you command respect, you command the audience, even though you didn't realize it, right? And Jason will second me because he was in the audience. Make sense? You were talking very professionally, you smile, okay? You do all the basics, that's correct. How you overcome your shyness because you are a very private person. You love to spend the time all by yourself to do your abstract printing and very high level printing. How did you do that? Because in the United States, in the current circumstance, they want people to be go-getter, to be the so-called leader. How did you do that? And how did you join your sorority, right? How did you manage to do that? And that's very important. Congratulations for that. Go ahead. Give us a speech.
Thanks. Um, I don't know. Like I feel like I was just like, oh, I have to become less shy. Like you first have to be like aware that you're shy, and then you have to be like, oh, I have to actively take steps to overcome my fear, I guess. Or like just put yourself in random like in more social situations. Because I remember like the first week of school, I was like, I have to make friends. Like I have to, or else it's like over. But it's like not over. But I would say like I just started like talking to random people. So I would be like in my class, I'd be like, hi, what's your name? Or like something and just introduce myself. And I feel like at one point, like once you do it enough, you just get used to it. And I remember like trying to join my sorority, it was like, really weird because when you're actually trying to join, you have to like meet the people already in it, and then you have to be social for like a long amount of time when you're meeting them, and it just like exhausted me. But I just had to like tell myself before, like I was like preparing myself like internally that I have to be social. So like you don't have to like completely turn into a different person. It's just like I think it's very important to have like social skills. And even though we like, yeah, I guess like you could say the Wharton classes or like the business classes are like a lot easier, but at the end of the day, I think like networking and like social skills are very, very important, even if you're not in like business or whatever. Like if you're in like engineering or any like STEM classes, I think it's also very important because a lot of time like computer science, for example, or like more STEM people who like are into their studies, they may be less like socially, I don't know, they may be more awkward, but I feel like if you have the communication skills, it's very helpful in the long run. So I would say like even if you should study a lot, but you should also like go out and make a lot of like friends and connections in college because I feel like those are also very important in the long run. Yeah.
I remember, is that in your middle school or high school time you joined the Model UN and we worked together? And your brother also did Model UN, I remember. Is that competition,
Yeah,
high pressure activity helped you? Yes or
yeah,
no?
I think so. I think Model UN did help me like get over some of the fear of like public speaking because I think I wrote an essay about it.
Yeah, you wrote a wonderful essay about how you overcame your shyness and your stage fright. And it's very powerful essay because it's genuine, it's real, because it's in your soul. You work hard to overcome your limitation and you step out of your comfort zone. They actually enjoy people step out of the comfort zone. For example, you do art, you do pre-med, you do everything, and then if you dare to go to the uncomfort zone like a business, take a business class or whatsoever, then you can conquer more things, make yourself available to people so you can help people. Okay, the other question, interview, college interview. We prepared very partially on the Harvard interview because you were in the waiting list, you were in the second round, and compare with, for the benefit of the people who was not there, unlike Jason, right? Tell us about the Harvard interview and the UPenn interview and the other interview. Which one is harder? Which one is easier? Because Rena in the future may have to go through the process of interview. That means you already impress people, right? They make appointment with you online or face-to-face, the interview process. Give us your overview. And of course, your Harvard training is online. So how did we prepare? I will make available to Rena, but only if she want to take the advantage. Okay, go ahead. Give Rena and Emma and Jason, Melody advice on college interview. Go ahead.
Okay. I would say like I can't tell what interviews for what college are gonna be hard because it really just depends on the person. And like I can't tell you what person's gonna interview you because usually they're just like alumni or something like that. So it really depends on the person, not necessarily the college. But my tips for going into the interview, I would prepare like I would search up like the common questions. There's always like something like a list you could find online. And then I would just like go through and like type bullet points for what you would answer and just like have them in your mind so that when they do ask them, you can like have something and you aren't like completely blanking out. And it's helpful to talk about things that are not also like only in your application because they like interviews basically additional time where you can tell them more about yourself and you don't want to go like explaining like exactly what you wrote in your application, because that'd be like repeated stuff that they already read. So try to like you could build more upon what you already have, or like I don't know, just like tell them more about yourself, so then you're like more relatable and seem like more unique as a person.
Mhm.
Yeah, just like be yourself, because and also like don't like completely say like random lies or something, or just make up something just because you think you'll like they'll be impressed, because if they ask you to like speak more about it and then you're just like I have no idea, and then it's like even worse. So like yeah, don't lie in the interview, because it could turn out even worse because you're actually talking to them. Yeah.
Yeah, let me emphasize her point again. In the desperate situation, the temptation to lie was so strong. And Jenny's point are very strong. Don't lie. Don't even try to outlie, because it's very hard for you to outsmart folks, old folks, right? Who lied before, who see so many lies in their life. So don't compete with these old guys like me, okay? Okay. These people have more experience in life, okay? Okay, they experience and they know through their life lying doesn't pay. Doesn't pay. You have to pay more price to achieve revenue, and if you lose everything. So don't even try that. Okay, but you can build upon your existing story and make it big and make it impressive, which you guys always put yourself down, especially Asian kids. Put yourself down. I think, oh, it's not a big deal. It's a big deal for your age. Okay, because you're already trying to make a difference for the world. Even if it's have the seed of truth, you can build upon it, make it looks great. That's people do every day, but a complete lie, don't do it. Okay, don't do it. Oh, the other thing is that I remember when the Harvard alumni interviewed you, you actually know who they gave you that person's name, right? And you can research online who he is. I remember very well. He's a college professor. He's a vice chair or something like that. He teach history. And he have experience living in Germany, and what book he published, what class he teach in college. Do you think that kind of research help you mentally prepare yourself for the interview? Or is the UPenn, I don't know the UPenn interviewer, do they give you that person's name? Do you have the chance to build a mental picture of the people who are going to interview you? Yes or no?
I think
First the Harvard person, and then the UPenn person.
the Harvard person, I think some of them like reach out individually so you know their name. And I would say it is helpful to like research them a bit if you want before you go into their interview. Like you can see like what their interests are, and maybe you could like incorporate it into the interview, but try not to like make it clear that you search them up and like stalk them. That's sort of creepy. Just be like, if you're like aware that they're interested in this, try to like lead the conversation towards that subject, and then you could, I don't know, like relate to it personally to like bring yourself back into the conversation, so you're not only asking them questions. But obviously it's very good to ask questions at the end, just like to show that you're interested, both in the school and the interviewer. So yeah.
Emma, you have a question?
I don't have any more questions.
Okay. Jason?
Not really.
Okay. So let's ask each and every person, because it's a very good opportunity for you to ask her directly, and you will take her advice to your heart. That will give you a lot of opportunities to improve yourself in a very short time. Sophia, test
Wait,
something.
I have a
Ask-
question.
Yeah, Melody, go ahead.
So it's a bit off topic, but I was curious. You said that you did like a nonprofit where you like gathered musicians, right? And then you guys did like performances at like senior livings. So what's the name of the organization?
It was called Dazzling Entertainment.
Oh, okay, cool.
I didn't make up the name. I personally would have chose something else, but
Yeah, I was just curious because it sounds familiar to another
Oh.
organization I know.
oh really? Where
No, that's totally different. Jenny was in a college town in upstate New York. So we're
Oh,
talking about
okay.
the melody in Houston. The idea has
Oh, okay.
always
Because
been
it's like exactly the same activity, and then we also did like an online performance during COVID where we basically put together like musicians, and then we made together like a video and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
say
The same exact one in San Diego. So it's
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
a lot of people do that. So
the most important thing is that you know the social need for the elderly people in elderly people's home. They need young faces to play music for them because they want to know that these people care about us, right? You use music to bring comfort and pleasure, build the community, to serve the people, bring pleasure to the people who need it the most. Can be very important story melody, okay? But if your heart is really there, you can write very moving essay. You can, okay? You did the job. Now it's put it down in your very moving essay. If you think your essay cannot bring tears in my eyes, this old guy's eyes, because I'm getting old, okay, sad. Then that essay is not good enough. Make sense? Like Jenny said, Melody did for you. She changed her essay 8 times. For some of my students, especially boys, Jason, this is for you. They didn't even change it once or twice. If I ask them to change their essays, they get angry with me. Okay, they get angry with me. Do you think I'm not good enough? Okay. My story is good. They don't want to change because changing a story is like cutting their arm and legs. But Jean made the effort, change her essay again and again. The problem is she always think, oh, it's not good enough. My essay is not good enough. Okay. But for some students, they are either lazy or they're full of, they don't have time. They have more important thing to do, like play video game, right? Play video games, do whatever they do. They don't want to change their story. But my advice is use this senior year, change your story again and again, at least 3 or 4 times, or else it's not going to be enough. Jenny did too much. You did too much. You spent too much time. You pressure yourself too much. Now you deserve a good rest. Okay, enjoy your time in university, which is far less stressful than the 11th grader. Yes or no, Jenny? Do you agree? It's more pressure or less pressure right now? The pressure level from 0 to 10.
like about the same.
Oh, the same. Because
like, no, a little bit less.
A little bit less.
Less than like, yeah, a little bit less.
Let's raise to another question. What's the difference between your high school years and college years? What's the different challenge? Why the challenge can be different?
I guess it's like the challenges sometimes aren't only like your studies, but like, I don't know, like some people could it's like hard for them to adjust to like the college environment. So that could be like a struggle, or like, I don't know, like, I guess I find it like difficult too because I'm just like stressing about other things.
Yes.
How I can, I don't know, get into med school.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's just like different stressors, but I would still like college more, I think, because like I can take whatever classes I want, and it's not necessarily like I have to take, I don't know, like history classes I don't really care about. I mean, I still do, but it's like more freedom, I guess. So I like it more in college.
Yeah. So you finally decided to do pre-med and apply for medical school, and your brother almost finished that process. So how early should you prepare for med school? And you already prepared. How, what decision changing that make you determined to go to pre-med? Because when you are applying for college, you were thinking about different areas, stuff like that, right? Like
Yeah.
art, because you're a very good artist. Don't be shy. Okay, you're a very good artist. You can still go to medical school, and in future you can still draw, and I will promote you. Okay, I will, in my limited capacity, I will promote you,
Okay.
and your
Okay.
parents are ready to promote you, your art.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. How do you make your decision to go to med school, and what steps are you preparing yourself to go to med school? Go.
I like in the beginning of the year, I was still unset if I should go pre-med because I was taking like a computer science class, and I was like, oh, maybe I could do computer science. I mean, I think I still could, but like, it just depends on you, like personally, if you think that going to med school is worth it, because like I know it's after like seeing more about it, I know it's just like a lot of work, and it just depends on if you really like medicine. Like a lot of people drop out in this for a reason, is because like if you only want to do it for like the money, then you could just do business or computer science or something.
Yes. Mhm.
But like if you like want to help people, I guess, or like I don't know, just enjoy the field itself, then you'll stick through it. And I think steps I'm taking, I'm not really thinking of like specific steps. I'm just thinking like what organizations I might join that like will help my application further on,
Yes.
and working in those, like doing research or joining like a healthcare club. But I don't think you only have to do like healthcare clubs and stuff. It's good to do other things. Like I joined like one that's mostly like app development.
Mhm.
But I do like design for that. So I feel like it's definitely good to still have other hobbies that aren't only pre-med.
Yes. Mhm. Yeah. So you will actually, in the medical school application process, you also have to answer that very tough question, like what you implied. Why I want to do medicine? And in other field, my other students are, why do you want to do medical school? Why do you want to do business school? Why do you want to do law? You have to have very convincing reason. You are not only doing it for the money, and you're doing for the real passion. You know why? Because a lot of people drop from medical school because it's so tough, the hardest school in the whole world. And then the second one would be law school. And the third one would be business school. Some people cannot tough it out, cannot perform very well, not because they are not smart, not because they are not hardworking, but because, you know, if they don't have the real inert motivation, they're not going to be tough out of it because it's so hard, okay? And even if they stay in the field, they are not going to flourish. They probably will change. That's a very good answer. Any other question, Rina? You have the final call, and then we'll stop. Final call for questions.
It's okay. I don't have any.
Okay. Jason, no question? Congratulations. We here all wish Jenny a very successful and relatively happy, relatively carefree college experience. And will follow your career with goodwill. And hopefully you will join our conference next year. Okay, next summer when you have time. And I will also wishing my senior students, 11th grader here in the conference, successful college hunting experience, good hunting. Okay, Rainer, all the best wishes. Melody. Okay, have fun. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.